So here we go again. Prince Harry's vanished, yep, gone. And the worst part, nobody seems to have a straight answer. He was supposed to be front and center at a major environmental summit in London. Big stage, flashing cameras, world leaders in the room, and nothing. No Harry. Not even a pre-recorded message, a shout out, not even a reserved seat with his name on it. It was like he got erased. Poof, gone, like he never existed. And let's be clear, this wasn't some side gig. This was his thing, his passion project, Travelist, the platform he's poured his energy into, the one he's been bragging about for years, and yet when it was time to show up, nothing. No print, no video, no statement, just awkward silence. The kind that makes people start whispering. To make it even stranger, Prince William, the older brother Harry, hasn't exactly been on great terms with showed up to a different climate event earlier that week. Nailed it. Cameras loved him, people cheered, headlines gushed. William was owning the moment. And Harry? Missing. Now, that's suspicious. No official cancellation, no PR statement, just ghosted. And for someone who built his brand on being present and leading with purpose, this was a serious misstep. The royal watchers noticed immediately, and so did the internet. First came the theories. Did he fall sick? Was it a last-minute emergency? Security concerns again? That excuse has been used before. But this time, it just doesn't fit. He had time, he had resources, he had notice. This wasn't some pop-up event, he could have been there. All he had to do was wave, talk a little climate talk, snap a photo and bounce, but nope, not even a whisper. And guess what? Meghan? Also silent. Now that sent the gossip engines into overdrive because Meghan not posting, Meghan not sharing a filtered family photo or a cryptic quote about healing or boundaries, Meghan not teasing a project, that's not just rare. But downright unnatural. She's a master of messaging. If there was an angle to spin, she'd be spinning it. But instead, it was dead quiet from Montecito. No Instagram, no leaks, no clever damage control. Just silence. Which, let's face it, only made people more suspicious. When the two most headline-ready royals in the world go totally off-grid, people talk. And what they started whispering wasn't pretty. The whispers turned into wildfire, rehab, breakdown, overdose. The kind of stuff tabloids usually jump on, but this time, not a single peep from the royal reporters. The same folks who'd normally be falling over themselves to speculate were suddenly tight-lipped. Radio silence. Even the tabloids didn't bite. That's when it got really spooky. Because if Harry's out of sight due to something serious, something they don't want the public to know, and the press is also told to keep hush-hush, that's not just PR management, that's a full-on media blackout. And for what? Let's remember, Harry's name was on the event, literally printed. The face of Travelist, the man who pushed it into existence. And yet the moment comes and he disappears. That's not a minor slip-up. That's a red flag the size of Buckingham Palace. And it didn't go unnoticed, especially when you remember what else does Harry even have right now? Invictus and Travelist. That's it. No acting gigs, no Netflix specials on the horizon, no royal responsibilities. So how do you no-show the one event that carries your name? Without a heads up? Without even a ghost-written excuse? Even a blurry paparazzi shot of him stepping into the venue would have cooled the rumors. But no, just a hollow silence, like the whole world agreed to pretend he wasn't supposed to be there. And then, while William's basking in praise and headlines, Harry's just nowhere. The contrast couldn't be sharper. One brother out there doing the work looking like the future king, the other vanished. Now, of course, the Meghan theories kicked into high gear. Some think she staged the whole disappearance. Maybe she's pulling the strings again, keeping Harry behind the scenes to protect some narrative. But if that was the goal, it's backfiring hard because the absence, the silence, it's speaking volumes. It's fueling every possible theory the internet can cook up, from mental breakdowns to secret surgeries, and still not a single piece of proof that Harry's anywhere. No airport pics, no hotel snaps, nothing. And this is a guy who can't buy a croissant without someone snapping a photo. For him to go that invisible, someone has to be helping him stay hidden, someone with serious power. And the rehab rumors, they're not fading, they're growing. People are pulling out old interviews, old stories, highlighting how Harry's talked openly about his trauma, his struggles, his grief. He's admitted to drug use before. So if he did quietly check himself into treatment, it wouldn't be totally completely out of the blue, but then you have to ask, was it his decision or was it forced? Was he spiraling? Did something happen that pushed him over the edge? And what about Meghan in all of this? Is she managing the crisis or is she completely disconnected now? Either way, it doesn't look good. Because when you go through something as raw as rehab or a breakdown, you need support, not silence. And if Harry is going through something this serious and his own wife is off in California curating her next podcast pitch while he's in a clinic somewhere, that's not love, that's abandonment. That's cold. And let's be real, if Harry gets out of this clearer, stronger, sober, what then? What if he opens his eyes and starts asking questions about everything, his choices, his marriage, his identity? Because when people come out of the fog, they don't always go back to the same life. They change, they reevaluate, they wake up, and that's exactly what has everyone on edge. Because let's say Harry is tucked away in some treatment center, the real kind, not a wellness retreat with green juice and Instagram filters, but a true lockdown rehab with no phones, no media, no distractions. That means he's not just hiding, he's breaking down. He hit the wall. Couldn't fake it anymore. Not for Meghan, not for the cameras, not for the empire they tried to build. And you know what? That scares people, because if he comes out the other side with a clear head and a new perspective, he might not like what he sees. The brand deals, the constant criticism, the royal exit, the California dream that maybe turned into a nightmare. What if he starts asking, what did I give up? Who have I become? That question alone could blow everything up. His marriage, his projects, even his carefully crafted public persona. And Meghan, she's not doing herself any favors by staying quiet. The woman who built a brand on voice, on visibility, on taking control of the story, she's vanished too. Not even a generic thank you for your concern or a PR fluff piece in People, just eerie silence. Which makes people think she's either panicking behind the scenes or totally detached from the chaos. And here's what's chilling. If she is trying to control the story, she's failing, because silence doesn't work anymore. Not in the age of Reddit, TikTok, and Twitter threads that spiral into full-blown conspiracies in hours. The public will fill in the blanks, and right now, they're filling it with worst-case scenarios. The theories are endless. Secret breakdown, marital collapse, emergency intervention. One even claims Meghan staged a distraction to keep Harry out of London so he wouldn't be seen unraveling in public. Another suggests she's prepping to make a big move, maybe even a solo pivot, while Harry recovers in the shadows. And then came the Clooney rumor that maybe, just maybe, Harry ditched the summit to hang out at George Clooney's party instead. Really? Let's be honest. There's no photo, no sighting, nothing. Why would he skip a global summit tied to his name, something that could reshape his legacy, just to sip champagne in a Hollywood villa? It doesn't add up. Unless, of course, he wasn't there at all. Not in London, not in Hollywood, but somewhere far from it, somewhere behind closed doors, fighting something no one can see. Because here's what people are starting to believe. This isn't a PR stunt. This isn't a calendar mishap. This is a full-blown crisis, a royal meltdown, a moment where the House of Sussex might be collapsing from the inside. And maybe Meghan knows it. Maybe that's why she's frozen. No statements, no spins, just holding her breath, waiting for the next headline, waiting for Harry to resurface, or not. And if he does come back, what kind of Harry will it be? Because people change when they hit rock bottom. They see things for what they are. They shed illusions. They shed people. And maybe, just maybe, Harry is finally seeing the whole picture. The way he was dragged into endless media battles, the way his image was used, twisted, monetized, the way his name was tied to causes and headlines he never fully owned. And what if he's tired of it? What if the Harry that comes back isn't the man Meghan married, but the boy who lost his mother, the soldier who craved peace, the prince who just wanted to disappear from all of it? Because the scariest possibility isn't that Harry is in trouble, it's that he might want out. Out of the spotlight, out of the noise, maybe even out of the marriage. Think about it. The palace is silent. Meghan's silent, the media is silent. That's not coordination, that's crisis. And behind all that silence, a prince who might be breaking or breaking free. We've seen this before. Celebrities vanishing right before a reinvention, public figures retreating before a total reset. This might be Harry's moment. Not the one he planned, not the one Meghan envisioned, but the one that changes everything. Because when the cameras eventually roll again, if they roll again, it might not be the same Harry who shows up. It might be someone completely new, someone who finally saw through the illusion and decided enough is enough. Until then, we wait. Watching. Whispering. wondering, where is Prince Harry? And more importantly, who will he be when we see him again?